Is Meghan Markle actually panicking over the whole ARCHEWELL charity debacle? Because has she actually forced California Governor Gavin Newsom to defend the delinquency notice? I have Sue Smith with me to discuss further. Hey up everyone, it's me, Steph, the alternate, your nerdy alternative, looking after Popcorn Palace whilst Andy is away at the moment, and I am joined by my very, very good friend, Sue Smith. How are you doing today, honey?
I am doing just fine, and your throat sounds a lot better. A lot better.
Yeah. It feels a little bit less scratchy, although I'm still a little bit on the husky side, so, that'll do for now. But oh my goodness. Wow, what a difference a couple of days make. Because, yes, it's been all over the news, of course. The ARCHEWELL Foundation was found to be delinquent, was forced into delinquency by the Attorney General in California. And it seems that Megsy has been panicking over all of this and may have done a little bit of a phone call to the California Governor, Gavin Newsom, because yeah, in this clip that we're going to go through right now, seems like he's defending their delinquency. Now, before we actually play this clip, Sue, just overall, because, you have watched it, what was your first reaction when you saw this clip?
My first reaction is somebody made a phone call to him and asked him to do this, because why else would you make a press conference, a whole press conference about the fact that ARCHEWELL was not delinquent? Somebody in ARCHEWELL released that information, and that's what happens when you treat your employees badly. Somebody let that slip, and that's when the media got a hold of it. And this guy has come out, and also I feel like he's trying to take the heat off of him because there's a few other issues behind the scenes.
And we'll be getting onto that later on in this video, so do stay tuned. But yes, without further ado, let's hear this kind of word salad coming out of his gob right now.
Unbelievable amount of attention that has been placed on the ARCHEWELL Foundation. I'm here at a behavioral health site, a mental health site. ARCHEWELL Foundation, run by Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, do extraordinary work, particularly women and girls, but notably around mental health.
Okay. They do extraordinary work for women and girls, but notably around mental health. Okay, first and foremost, in the grand scheme of things, no one knows what the ARCHEWELL Foundation really does. If anything, it's just a shell charity that just doles out money to other charities to do the work for them, right? That's the first thing. Secondly, mental health. Dude, Prince Harry, right, is like chief impact officer at Better Up, and you've got ex-employees, right, that were let go that spoke out last year turning around and saying, he gets paid 7 figures. We have no idea what he does.
Correct. That's exactly it. And he's like, they do tremendous work for women and girls. I'm sorry, she was just in Nigeria. And while in Nigeria, she could have spoken out about the way the girls there are forced into child labor, the way they're forced into child marriages, the way their certain organs, I don't want to get you banned, are mutilated. She said nothing. She basically walked around and talked about herself and her kids and how smart she thought Harry was. Where was her outrage about what's going on with the women and the girls in Nigeria?
Good question. Just asking for a friend, guys. Just asking for a friend. But yeah, let's continue with this word salad.
And I just want folks to know, not only are they in compliance, it was a technical paperwork issue that was wildly over hyped. And with respect, I hope people that ran those headlines run this headline, that it was a very typical technical issue around paperwork that persists for so many others as well.
Okay, now this is where a little bit of my linguistic analysis comes into play. It was a very typical paperwork issue that persists for many others as well. Hang on a minute. If you know that it's typical and you know that it affects other charities, then why hasn't the system been changed? Why hasn't there been an improvement in process? if this is what happens on a regular basis with other charities, then why hasn't there been any improvement to it whatsoever? And the other thing as well is, no, it wasn't wildly overhyped, because to get a letter from the Attorney General in California to say you have not abided by the regulations, you have not sent in the paperwork or this check, whatever it was, right? You are now in delinquency. That's a big thing. You try to downplay it, Sue. This is insane.
No, the paperwork was due last year in the middle of May. They applied for an extension, which went to November. That time has passed. And they're claiming, oh, well, they sent the paperwork in, but it didn't get processed till 6 months later. That is untrue. Then they claimed that they forgot to put a check in. The check is in the mail. Who pays with a check? Their own website says you can pay right there online. The truth of the matter is they didn't file the paperwork. They didn't pay. They were caught to be delinquent. It looks bad. And now they're doing a backpedal. You don't hear about any other companies taking 6 months to, put in the paperwork. And I might add, at the same time, there's only one charity watch group in the United States, and they've requested documents from ARCHEWELL since last year. And ARCHEWELL has not complied and has not sent the documents in.
Which is extremely very telling. What's also very telling is why would ARCHEWELL Foundation request an extension?
Exactly. Well, they're not a foundation. They keep saying we're the ARCHEWELL Foundation.
Yeah.
But they're listed very clearly on the paperwork as a charity. See, my initial thought was, well, as a charity, if you do things political, that's against the rules of a charity. You could lose your charity by doing that. And they've been donating to political things and, going a certain way. So I thought maybe the government was stamping down on that. I mean, who knows what's going on behind the scenes?
Well, when it comes to Gavin Newsom trying to defend this delinquency, maybe a certain phone call from a panicked Megsy is what's happened behind the scenes. But let's continue the rest at way now.
And they're in full compliance. And they're a celebrated organization that does great work in the state of California. So I wanted to clarify that because that's important. And I just thought there was a little bit of a piling on that was deeply unfair.
Okay.
Firstly,
oh my God.
They were not in compliance, regardless of whether the check was in the mail previously or not. The fact of the matter remains they were not in compliance. What the hell? And then he's saying it's unfair with the pile-on. Dude.
Forget all that. He said they're a celebrated organization. Celebrated for what? You know what? What are they doing? What are they? They work an hour a week by their own paperwork. 1 hour a week. What are they doing? They're trying to present themselves as role models. I would never, if I had a teenager, I would never let my teenager use Harry as a role model. He openly admits to using illegal substances and he's got severe mental health issues. And I certainly wouldn't use Meghan as a role model. She's narcissistic in her behavior. She only talks about herself. She uses and then throws away people. These two are not role models. And to have this man who 3 days ago got grilled at his own press conference for misuse of funds. I mean, are you kidding?
And we're talking about 24 billion missing.
Billion.
Before he comments and tries to defend ARCHEWELL's delinquency, right? Before he tries to clean up someone else's house, dude needs to try and clean up his own house first, because 24 billion missing. Oh, that is not a good look. Guys, with that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and of course there's going to be more, then do make sure you subscribe to Popcorn Palace. Guys, we are so close to reaching 100,000 subscribers here, so let's make it happen for Andy. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's. Also, as well, if you loved what was coming out of Sue Smith's mouth, and of course you did, because my logic is undeniable, then please head on over to her channel. She's so close to getting to 71,000. Let's make it happen there as well. My goodness, Sue Smith, she literally, her videos are amazing. She released a couple of days ago a very, very in-depth analysis of what was going on on the Nigerian trip. One of the best in-depth analysis on YouTube, guys, if I do say so myself. So head on over and check those out. But yeah, let's make it happen and get it to 71,000. Also as well, yes, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my own channel, Steph, the Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative to royal news and gossip. And later on today, guys, I'm going to be filming again with Sue on my own channel. And yeah, it looks like Megsy's not happy as the ARCHEWELL Foundation have finally broken their silence and given an absolute BS answer to this whole delinquency mess. So if you don't want to miss it, subscribe to my channel and check it out later on today. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Really appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters. Bye.